Welcome to another episode of So It's Not Just Me. I'm your host, Joanna, and today we are going to be talking about toxic situations, healing from that, laws of attraction, and things like that. And I never realized how toxic some of my relationships were until I took a step back out of it. So, when I was introduced to Lauren, I was very excited to get her on and talk. So, with that, Lauren, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lauren. I have done a lot of healing over the last couple of months, to be honest. I had a really rough couple of 6 months, maybe, personally, emotionally, physically. So that's why I started doing what I do on TikTok. Actually, I started using it as like a ranting page for things that were happening to me. But yeah, that's how I started doing what I was doing.
I think that the very first toxic relationship I was with was actually with a friend, and I didn't know that that was what a toxic relationship was because I just thought relationship equals partnership.
Yeah,
So getting my head around a toxic relationship not necessarily being in a male and
an
female,
actual
female, female,
relationship.
yeah,
Yeah.
like friendships. And some of the things that I was like dealing with were like, real lack of respect and lack of boundaries and things. What kind of situations were you in that made you realize I need to take a step back?
To be honest, a lot of mine has been sort of in a relationship sense. I'm not a sort of person that has like a big close group of friends, so I haven't really been in I have had toxic friendships before when I was a lot younger, and I think when you're younger you tend to have less boundaries as well, so
Yeah.
you don't really know about life yet, and you just kind of you put up with a lot more shit than what you would have when you're older. But
Yes.
yeah, a lot of mine have been with toxic relationships or just situationships where I probably haven't been honest with myself a lot of the
Right.
time, and I do actually blame myself for a lot of it. Not necessarily. I would still say that I wasn't treated how I was meant to have been treated, but I blame myself for sticking around longer than I probably should have.
I think that's something as well that it's kind of like the gaslighting part of things.
Yeah.
Um, you kind of believe that you're not good enough anyway. I remember one of my relationships, I was told, "Oh, you'll never be able to afford this house on your own."
Oh,
So I sold the house. I was going through a divorce, and I got told, "You'll never be able to afford this house on your own." And I didn't realize how much that was actually gaslighting me. And like, that's a
yeah.
tiny little thing. I could afford that house easy, but I didn't believe
Start to
it. And
believe it in your head. Yeah.
yeah, and that's one of the things why, like you say, you stay in these relationships longer. You don't really realize what's going on because you're in these situations that you don't really understand, and you've not learned
No.
the boundaries still yet. I think even I turn 40 next year, and I think I'm still learning boundaries. Um, but I also believe that every day is a school day, so you should
Exactly.
always
And I think
learn
you
these
develop
things.
new boundaries as you get older, like new ones,
Yes.
depending on the situations you're in. Like it could be to do with work, it could be to do with a relationship, a new friendship, and you start to realize new things that no, I don't like how this is going or how you're treating me or
Yeah. And that's another thing as well. Like you say, work was a big place where I didn't realize I knew like a toxic environment, but didn't realize how much of a toxic workplace can affect you, like
yeah,
mentally, physically, and things. The the people that I've spoke to have said how ill, like physically ill, going to work makes them, and that's such a toxic. I hate the word toxic as it is, but it's such a toxic thing
it
to
is
have to
because if
live
you're
with.
like overworked, you suffer burnout, and burnout comes with like so many physical symptoms like lack of sleep or sleeping too much or like actual sickness.
Yeah.
It can get quite bad.
And I found as well that people were saying how the toxic relationships or toxic friendships that they were having, like with the workplace, with their friends, even with family in some cases, were affecting the good relationships they had.
Yeah,
I know there's been times personally where I've had issues with friends and family, and I've took it out on my husband. Well, that's
yeah,
not fair on him. He's done nothing wrong.
mm,
So it's you don't realize the bigger picture, like I say, until you really step back.
yeah.
So, what kind of things did you start to do to learn to heal?
I think the biggest thing that actually helped me, and this is just like a personal thing, um, but I started to realize the only way I was going to heal was by isolating myself. And that's not the step to go for everybody. Like some people have to be surrounded by their friends and family, whereas I started to realize the only way I was going to be able to heal from like any sort of situation, whether it be a friendship or relationship, was to take myself away from like outside noise, negative vibrations or energies, and just actually, like a lot of the time I go traveling on my own, and
Oh, nice.
I don't just go and meet like loads of new people. I genuinely spend time on my own because I start to realize new things that I enjoy and what I don't like. And then I can bring that back into my normal life when I come back and the holiday blues start kicking in. But
Yeah,
I feel like, yeah, traveling alone, anything for me, when I spend time alone, really helps me to heal. Because then when I do go back into social situations and I'm with, like you said, with your husband, you're with people that you love and care about, you're not taking out your bad stuff on them and it's not
yeah.
rubbing off on them.
I think one of the biggest things I learned was to say no, and
Yes.
that the my favorite thing is no is a full sentence. I
Yes,
don't
a
have to
hundred
explain
percent.
why. Yeah, if
No.
you don't want to do something, say no. You don't have
Yeah.
to explain any further.
I,
Um,
I found that a lot with work as well. Like if you,
yes,
because my whole life I've been a dog groomer for 10 years. So we've always been like appointment based,
right.
and I've only just started working for myself. So it was really hard for me to say like, I'm really burnt out. Like I need to take time to myself. But now that I work for myself, I'm like, you don't have to say yes. Like there's a difference between like, you need the money and you need to have work, but
Yes.
then there's also, if you don't need it, don't do it. If you don't want to
Yeah.
do it, don't do it.
Yeah. I was the first time, it was last week, the first time in since doing the podcast, I've always been very scared to say no to people. If anyone wants to come on, I've said yes pretty much to every single person. Apart from last week, there was one person who they just didn't line up with my beliefs and my what I want to talk about and things like that. And I was like, it's not a good fit. So rather than forcing it, I was like, no, I know that doing this episode will
Yeah.
stress me out. So why do it? So I just said no. And the relief, like for 10 seconds, I was like,
Like the weight
whoosh,
off your
yeah.
shoulders.
And then as soon as I said no, and I was like, actually, I don't care. It's fine. Um,
Yeah.
Social events, saying I just don't want to
Or
go.
the social events.
Yeah, I have a bit of social anxiety anyway. I don't like being around a lot of people. I'd
I'm the
rather have a
same.
small group of very good friends than have a big group of acquaintances. And the I was actually just telling my friends this morning the amount of times that I've said I just don't want to. I don't. It's not feeling it, and without having any other explanation, and like not feeling like I have to explain has been just such a relief.
I remember when I was younger, I used to go out a lot, like to events and stuff. This is when I was about 18. And I used to leave early quite a lot, and I always felt like I was ruining people's nights and like it. But it
Right.
was just because I didn't want to be around a lot of people. But at the time, I didn't realize that that was actually a boundary of mine, and it was just something that I didn't enjoy that everyone else enjoyed. Whereas now, when people ask me to go to things like that, I'm just like, no, because I know I'm not going to enjoy it.
Yeah. And that's something that as you get older you really do get good at. Like
Yeah,
I know my friends joke all the time. If they want to go out clubbing, there's a friend that they go to. If they want to go for afternoon tea, they'll call me. Joanna is the afternoon tea
yeah,
friend. I'd much rather do that. You have a set amount of time. You're going to eat good food. You're going to have a cup of tea, and then you can go home. You don't have to
yeah,
worry about bumping into more people because you're just in your little group. And
yeah.
that's how I heal. I heal with tea. So
Yeah,
if I'm having
me too, but with coffee.
yeah, oh, I'm too Yorkshire for all the coffee. It's tea, tea,
Yeah,
tea.
you sound like Jamie.
I, I do not sound like Jamie. Oh my goodness, he is really Yorkshire. So, how long do you think it took you to really jump into healing? Like, really thinking this is what I need to do.
I God, I'd probably say actually like a couple of years,
Yeah.
because I think I realized I needed to heal a long time ago, but I just didn't take the steps to do it. And then I think you start to realize, especially if you're quite spiritually based, that the universe will just keep putting you in these situations until you decide to heal, and it will
Yeah.
just make it more and more uncomfortable for you every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No
I just
doubt.
found I got to a point where the situations it was in were more painful than what it was going to take for me to actually take the steps to heal.
Right. Right. And is that where like the law of attraction and things came in? Was that through healing that you learnt
Yeah, so I
about
mean, the
that?
law of attraction I actually discovered like probably when I was about 18. I suffered quite badly with depression when I was about 17, 18,
Hmm.
and the doctors put me on antidepressants, and I personally didn't feel they worked for me. I know they work for a lot of people, but I didn't feel I wanted to be able to find a different way for me to get out of my dark places. And I actually came across this book called In the Meantime. I can't remember the name of the author, but it's basically about that period of your life that's literally in the meantime, like in between where you want to go and what's already happened to you. And you're just kind of like, don't really know what to do with myself. But it starts going into things really spiritually. And that's where I kind of got a bit more interested in how vibrations work and the law of attraction. And then I read The Secret. I've actually got it there. That's when I read The Secret. And honestly, that book changed my life. Like, it just gave me a whole new perspective of life. And every single day since then, I've just lived my life. But I haven't always done it properly. Like, I'm a human being. I still do things wrong. But it always comes back to, like, I'm not acting how I should be if I want the things that I want.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit how the law of attraction? Because I don't really know much about it other than until you said that that's something that you'd learn. I didn't really know much about it at all.
So, like, the law of attraction it talks a lot about vibrations, and basically whatever you give out into the universe is what you're going to get back. So
Right.
if you wake up in the morning and tell yourself you're going to have a shit day, you 100% will. If you wake up in the morning and you say, do you know what, I'm going to have a good day today, even if everything goes wrong, you will still have a good day even if things go wrong. So
Yeah.
it's about, like, if you want something, say you want to be successful in whatever sort of career you're going towards, if you seek opportunity, like I just say all the time, opportunities are there to everyone who seeks them. If
Yeah.
you wake up in the morning and you are looking for opportunities everywhere for your business to grow, you will find them. But if you just wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, opportunities are going to come to me, I don't need to go looking for them, you won't find any.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely. It's like the energy you put out is what you get back.
Yeah, whatever. And I think that goes in anything. Like, if you put work into something, you're going to get more back.
Yes. Yeah. Do you ever find that people are like skeptical about it when you try and say, I believe in the laws of attraction?
Yeah, I've been in many conversations where I almost see people zone out when I'm talking, and I'm like, yeah, they don't, they're not. And to be honest, like, I don't preach it onto people. Like, everyone's entitled to their own beliefs,
Yeah.
and as I'm entitled to mine. So I won't ever preach it onto people. And I just think if you don't believe in it, it won't work anyway.
Right. Right.
So, like, if you don't believe that the law of attraction works, then there's absolutely no point trying to do it because it just won't work.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. It's something that I really do want to look into, and The Secret is actually on my book list to buy and read, but
They've
my
also
book
got, I
list
think it's still
goes.
on Netflix. They've got a documentary about it
Oh,
as
do
well.
they?
I'm
Okay,
sure it's still on Netflix.
I have to have a look because this reading list just keeps getting longer and longer and longer.
That's
So,
what I do. I just build up the books.
yes, I just keep buying books and then don't read them. But
I just like them. They
that's
look nice, you know.
yeah, I think that's my toxic trait is I buy all these books and never read them.
That's a good toxic trait to have, though.
Yes, yes. I will have a library at some point, I'm sure. um, has there been like a real moment that was like that law of attract that it works for me? What was like the when you first started and it really sunk in that it was working?
I think for me, the times that I've realized it really works is it- with dog grooming. It's really stressful sometimes, and it's
Right.
very fast paced and long hours. You don't get a lunch break most days. So, especially around sort of Christmas time, you literally don't feel like you get a break. So, you do feel quite burnt out a lot of the time. And I was waking up in the morning some days and I was like, I just don't want to go to work. I know I'm going to have a bad day. And I did for like 3 weeks straight.
Oh
And then I said
gosh.
to myself, do you know what? I'm just going to wake up every single day for just a week and tell myself I'm going to have a good day. And I did. And I had a much better day than probably what I would have done. And I also started listing in the mornings 5 things that I was grateful for every morning that I already had. And I found that by doing that, I got more things that I wanted because I was already grateful for the things that I already have.
Okay. Oh, I like that a lot.
That's how I feel it's helped me. And how,
Yeah.
when times that I've really realized that it's because I'd practiced what I'd done.
Do you do you journal and things as well? Like put all these into a book and
I
go back
do
and reflect?
sometimes. It depends. If I've had, I don't journal every day, but if I'm going through a really bad time, or so journal, the one thing that really helped me was I have a very short fuse. Not like I'm not an angry person, but I find it very hard if someone has disrespected me not to say something.
Right.
And I've come to realize recently, actually, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. Sometimes silence speaks volumes.
Yeah.
So I then start, if I wanted to say something to someone, I would write it down because then I still got it out of my system. I just
Yeah.
hadn't put it out there.
I sometimes like to think that it's not that I have a short fuse, it's that my tolerance doesn't
Yeah.
you don't earn my tolerance levels. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in charge of my tolerance levels. You don't dictate them to
Yeah,
me. So
100%.
and yeah, exactly like you say, silence speaks a thousand words.
100%.
So, you know, silence is golden in my book.
It is. It really is.
So with um the law of attraction, it's a lot of like mindset balancing and how do you get your mindset in the right place, especially after going through toxic relationships and toxic backgrounds and environments? How do you then get that mindset to balance?
I think it's a hard one because I do think you have to really want to better yourself. I
Right,
think there is a period of like going through whatever you've been through and taking the step to healing where you will struggle to take the step, and it's okay to go through that period.
right,
But I think once you get to a point where you are so sick of your own shit, that's when it happens. And that's once that mindset shift happens, it's so important then for you to just stay
yeah,
clear from whatever happened to you, because it's like you shouldn't what they say about like every time you touch a wound you're opening it up again, so you can't fully heal something that you keep reopening and you keep retouching. So I
right,
think
right.
that's what was the best thing for me. Like I just, once I hit that mindset shift, I was like, right, don't go back. That's it,
Yeah.
don't look back.
No, that's a really good way to put it. I've not really heard the wound thing before, but that's a really good way
Yeah, I think I can't
to
remember who
describe
I probably stole that from someone else, but I saw it somewhere.
it. It's not stealing, it's borrowing.
It's borrowing and recreating.
Yes, yes. No, I like that much more. So with you touched on that you do a lot on TikTok and you use it a lot for ranting and things. And I know that you're probably growing your audience and your business through that as well. How do you balance that kind of mindset with, because we all know social media can be one of the most toxic environments in the world. Never mind your relationships. These people who don't know you can
Yeah.
be these keyboard warriors and things. How do you keep yourself healthy mentally wise, when you're in these situations?
Do you mean with like toxic people on social media?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I remember the first video I ever uploaded, and it got so much hate. And I genuinely have just taught myself recently to find the humor in
Right.
everything. A few of the comments, like when it comes to like commenting on people's appearances and stuff, I find it such a low blow, especially when it's like other women.
Yes.
doing it to other women. It's bad regardless, but that's what I don't like. But I just learned to find the humor in everything, and also taught myself that nobody treats you how they feel about you, they treat you how they feel about themselves.
Yeah.
And that's how everything that if anyone's ever nasty to me online, that's 90% of the time I don't even look at the nasty comments anyway. I don't respond, but that's how I think about it.
Yeah. I know that I think I've had one or two on a few videos about some older guests that I had a long time ago. And I was like straight away just thinking this is just somebody who has got nothing better to do with their lives than sit and scroll through my I think it was actually a video of a drag queen, and this drag queen, she is gorgeous. I'm not gonna let she is absolutely gorgeous. And the comments on there was only two comments and it was only on that video. And I just thought these people have just got nothing
Literally
better
nothing
to
but.
do.
And it's always
Yeah.
the people with no display picture and their name's like user 95,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
who even are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. Are you even real? Are you
Are you real?
just
Probably
some
not.
bot in there? But that's good that you have got something in place so that you don't, because I think that the toxic environment of the social media can give you burnout as well. And
Oh
just
yeah.
worrying about it and
It's like
yeah.
it's something, another part of me that I had to heal as well, because when I was younger I was like people please essential, like I just wanted
Yep.
to make everyone happy. And obviously when you're doing things like TikTok and you're not getting a lot of likes or enough views, you can it kind of falls into a people pleasing category, because you're like, why don't people like my content? But then I started remembering like why I started, and it wasn't to get likes, it wasn't to get views or followers, it was
Yeah.
genuinely just an outlet for me. And then I just found that a lot of people were relating to the things that I was saying.
Yep.
So
Yep.
even if that video only got one like and it helped one person that day, that makes me happy.
Yeah. I was always told I was too nice of a person. Joanna's the nice one. Joanna's too nice. And I was like, well, I would rather be too nice.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I did need to put more boundaries in place, but I'd rather be too nice than Joanna's rude, Joanna's ignorant, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd definitely rather be too nice.
Yeah, I'd rather
And
someone say that about me than, oh, I hate Lauren, she's nasty, she's a bitch.
yeah, no, no. And exactly what you said about the one person, that's the whole reason why I do the podcast. If one person can listen to an episode and say, well, I was struggling and maybe I'll read The Secret, maybe I'll look more
Yeah.
into how the law of attraction can help me. That's the only reason why I do this.
Yeah.
And to, you know, have a break for an hour from
I've-
everyday world.
of course. But no, it's so true. Like, and like the name of your podcast, so it's not just me, there's always going to be at least one person in the world that relates to
Yeah.
any of your podcasts, like that,
Yeah.
or anything. So, and everyone in the world goes through
Yeah.
shit. As
And
much as
it's
everyone puts on social media they've got their shit together, they don't.
no, nobody does. Nobody does at all. And it's very much a wait, it's not just me who feels like that. It doesn't have
Hmm.
to be a bad thing. It can be a good thing as well. So, and that's again why the podcast isn't niched down to one specific area.
Yeah,
Every single episode on there is about a different thing, and I think that's why so everybody will find something on there that's interesting to
yeah.
them, and that's what I really enjoy. Um, so I'm going to move on a little bit because you now are coaching like through mental health and fitness. Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm doing a personal training qualification at the moment. I've just finished my level 2 finally, which means that I can move on to my level 3. But
Congratulations.
yeah, so basically what I wanted to do when I once I start the business fully is basically do it as a wellness business, so that there's fitness involved, and then I can help people with mental health side and general motivation and
Yeah,
forming healthy habits, and because it all falls in together. Like when you want to start a fitness journey, a lot of it, the first step is mentally preparing yourself. And a lot of people that have been through something terrible in their lives, when they come out of it, they want to go to the gym and they want to feel good and make themselves look good. So
yeah,
it all kind of falls into one category,
yeah,
really.
definitely, 100%. So before I moved over to America, I lost just over 140 pounds. I was like
Oh
over
wow,
three. Yeah, I was really big. I know that I'm still
well
big
done
now, but
though.
Thank you. So I lost 140 pounds, moved to America, put 40 pounds, well, put 30 pounds on because American portions and food are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, and then we had a tragedy in our family, December last year, and I put more weight on, and I'm still in a position where my mindset isn't ready. But having somebody who okay, this person is going to help me with my mental health. She's going to help me, or he is going to help me with my fitness journey. They're going to help me relate to food. Having that one stop shop sounds absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And it
I
feels like
think,
that's what
yeah.
you're trying to create.
Yeah. And I want to, a lot of, with any personal trainer, regardless of what they offer, you want to feel like you can trust them. A lot of, you know, personal training is about therapy. Like a lot of people sometimes don't even come to you for fitness. They might book a fitness session with you. Some people just want to talk,
Yeah.
or they want to come, they want, like you said, an hour out of their day-to-day life where they can just vent to someone.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be willing to be someone's therapist at the same time.
And I think if you've got that mindset that you've created for yourself with, the glass half full all the time, the positive energy, that will reflect onto your clients when you
Yeah,
get set up, and that will, you know, make their life so much better.
yeah,
I
that's what I'm
honestly
hoping.
think it's great. Like everything you've told me, I think is absolutely wonderful, and I wish you was over here because I would use you
Don't
constantly.
worry, I do want to make a trip to America, so
Well, you're
some of them.
most welcome. It's the happiest place on earth, apparently.
Oh, it's definitely not England.
Don't get me. Do you know what? I miss England so much. It's so
Do
crazy.
you?
Me sat here in the sunshine. I
I
miss England so
know.
much. But yeah, I do. I really do. I miss sheep. We don't have
You miss
sheep.
sheep.
Yeah, that's so sad, isn't it? Like
No,
from
it's not.
Yorkshire, farm environment. I just miss
Yeah, I
seeing
get what
sheep.
you mean.
But
I do get it. I get what you
but I
mean.
am going to go and sit by the pool once we finish. So
Exactly.
like you can tell, I'm the pastiest white person you'll ever see in Florida.
Me
But
too.
whatever.
I just come when I go abroad. I just come back like a different shade of white. Doesn't matter how
Same.
long I sit in the
I'll go
sun.
pink and then I'll go back white. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
just me.
ridiculous. What kind of things are you putting in place to make sure that the message you share is staying authentic and like true to yourself?
I think the way that I do it is just by still using it as my outlet and not. I stopped posting the speaking videos for a while because I'm on my own healing journey. I honestly didn't feel like I had anything to rant about. So I
Right?
was like, I don't want to say things just for the sake of saying things. So if I feel something in the moment, I will post it. But
Right.
I didn't want to just repeat myself or use old content or find things from other people. I wanted it to be relatable. So if something does happen to me or I feel like I need to vent about something, that's when I'll post about it. So that's how I try and keep it as authentic as possible. So it's still relatable.
Nice. No, that's good. Um, if you had some advice to somebody who was going through this, or through past toxic relationships, friendships, boundaries, what kind of advice would you give them?
That was trying to get out of the situation,
Or even that have just come out of it,
you just
is
come out of it.
unsure.
I would say just do what makes you happy and don't listen. It could even be friends and family. Don't listen to what they think is best for you. You know what is best for you deep down. And I think we all need to learn how to hear our instinct, like our conscience, because you know in your head what is best for you. So I would just say to them, just do whatever the fuck is going to make you happy.
Yeah.
Like, I did for a long time. I was kind of still trying to do the whole people pleasing thing, even like when I was trying to go on my own healing journey. And I was like, what's going to make, what do other people expect me to be now? It's like, well, hang
Mm.
on. I need to rediscover myself. And I think that's another thing. Like, it's okay to reinvent yourself
Hmm.
over and over again.
Oh, I
I'm getting
completely agree with
emotional
that.
because, like,
Oh, don't. You're
because,
okay.
yeah, I'm getting emotional. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Because this was a situation that I'd been in, and I felt like almost a fraud that I was reinventing myself over and over again. But I think people need to understand like that's so totally okay. It's
Yeah,
okay to restart at 30. It's okay to restart at 40. It's okay to restart at 50 and change your career path all of a
yeah,
sudden. Like, I think, yeah, just do whatever is right for you and whatever's going to make you happy, no matter what age you are.
yeah. I totally agree with that. If you knew me back in England compared to now, in England nobody knows me as Joanna. I'm Joe. Everyone refers to me as Joe. When I moved to England, to America, I became the real me. I believe. I don't think I was the person I am back in England. So yeah, I don't believe I am that person. Um, and I am happy that I reinvented myself. I'm happy that I able to give myself confidence and to grow.
Yeah,
And that's the biggest thing. If you can reinvent yourself and it's making you better, why wouldn't you?
yeah, 100%.
You know, I
That's,
just
I
don't.
think that's another thing with like boundaries, isn't it? Like, it's not about keeping other people comfortable. Like, if you're in a situation and someone's doing something that's making you feel uncomfortable or doesn't align with what you want for yourself in the future, then you have to just leave. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
just do whatever's going to make you happy.
There's no point being unhappy. We're not here for very long. Why
No,
would you be unhappy?
no,
You know,
no way.
these are meant to be the best years of your life. Don't live them unhappy.
Yeah, do you know what I've realized when I see things like on the, I try not to watch the news a lot, but like when I see like tragedies happen on the news and stuff, I'm like, life is so short. Like, you have
Yeah,
no idea when it's going to be taken away from you. So why would you spend what you do have doing anything that's going to make you unhappy?
yeah, yeah. Just live it to the full. And oh, 10 years ago, I would have been that girl living unhappy. But, like I say, like you said, just reinvent yourself and be be the true you because it's always in there. It's ready to
Think
come
like it's
out.
like you took like a really brave jump, like just moving country, and I think sometimes you do have to just take a risk or a big jump like that,
Yeah.
because I don't think people realize that maybe your life's not meant to be here. Like, maybe it's meant to be somewhere else. Maybe your soulmate isn't in England. Like,
Yeah. We had this big conversation where when we decided to live in America because my husband is American.
okay,
And it was, do we live in America or do we move back to England? And I used to kind of joke all the time and say, well, it's easier for family to come and visit here because we're an hour and a half from Disney World. Who's it's more likely that they'll come here. And deep down, I was really, really thinking, I just don't want to live here anymore.
mm.
I want to see what else is out there. I want to explore more, and I want to be able to do what I want to do. And you know, I used to joke a lot that it was, is it brave or is it stupid moving away from every single person that you know?
It can be both.
It can be both, but I don't feel stupid doing it anymore.
No, no,
I did at first, but I've been here 4 years now, I think it is. And don't get me wrong, I miss a lot from back home, not just the sheep, but I,
not just.
not just the sheep. Um, but I don't see myself ever moving back because I
Yeah.
am such a happy person now. So
Oh, that's good though.
yeah,
That, yeah, I think like even going to work for myself, I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this, and it's really stupid if I leave. Like you said, I was like, oh, it's a stupid idea. I'm going to have no like proper flow of income. Like, what if I
yeah,
can't afford my bills? But then I was like, but what if I can? And what
yes,
if it actually turns out better than I thought?
yeah, and I guarantee it will.
Yeah, that's
Even
what I'm just like.
even if
It
it's
will.
hard, it might be hard
I've
for a little
learned to
while.
just put my full faith in the universe now. I'm like, if it's not meant to be and it doesn't work out, you can always go back. Like, if it didn't work out in America, you could always go back.
Yeah. And we have a deal where there's always, sorry, I can see the cat out of the corner of my eye jumping at the bird feeder. I don't know why I did that. Jesus Christ. But yeah, the deal always was there's always enough money in the bank account for if I want to go home, if it doesn't work, or if there's a family emergency and we need to go back, there's always enough money there so we can do it. And
That's a good idea.
yeah, so it's not a I think this isn't going to work. It's a what's going to be thrown at us. So
What's the worst case scenario,
yeah,
basically?
yeah. So it's not being
Yeah.
like negative as such. It is a
No.
worst case. So yeah, but I'm
I
very
think with stuff like
excited.
that, it's always good to have
Yeah, it's just a
that
backup
sort
plan.
of
Yeah,
in case, just in case.
yeah. It's just a second route kind of thing, just a second
Yeah.
option. But I don't see myself living back in
No,
the
I don't blame you, to be honest.
UK. It's just as bad here sometimes, but yeah,
I can imagine, but there's always like I think no matter where you move to or where you live, there's always going to be something where you're like, I don't really like that, but
yeah, yeah. But things can only get better for everyone.
exactly.
Have I missed anything that you want to mention before I let you go?
No, I don't think so.
I think we did pretty good.
Yeah,
Thank you
I think
so
we did.
much.
That's all right. Thank
It's really
you.
nice actually talking to you and not just texting. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I
What
am gonna.
time is it there for you?
It is 12:30 lunchtime,
Oh, okay.
so I'm
Mm.
5 hours behind. We're East Coast, so 5 hours
Um,
behind right now.
yeah, the
So,
East Coast. I should have worn. Oh no, it's West Coast. I got a West Coast t-shirt.
uh, we haven't been West Coast yet. We are going in February. We're going to Vegas for a
Ooh,
week, so we are going West Coast.
exciting.
But that'd be fun.
No, yeah. Are
So
you road tripping?
no, because it's take like 18 hours to drive it.
Okay,
And
yeah.
anyone who doesn't know, in America you don't get much vacation time.
No, yeah,
Um,
I've heard.
I get like 7 days vacation for a year.
Oh my god, I
Yeah,
could never.
so n- it's very hard. It's
But
very
you
hard.
do have a pool.
But I do have a pool. Yeah, we do have a pool that I don't use as often as I should.
Definitely use it more.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, and we are only like 20 minutes from the beach, so
Oh yeah.
I'm
The
sorry.
7, you're fine with the 7 days. You're fine.
Fine with the 7 days. And I don't really work Fridays, so I'm
Oh,
making it better and better.
lovely.
Every minute it's getting
Living the
better and
dream.
better.
Even though there's no sheep, but it's fine.
No sheep, yeah. So before I let you go, I'll tell you really quick. Um, I really wanted a lamb dinner, just like a roast lamb dinner, and I had to go to the exotic meat section to get
Oh my
lamb.
god.
Yes. So when I say
Exotic.
there's no sheep, I mean there is
That's
no
crazy. Do they
sheep.
they have goats though, no?
Yeah, but it doesn't taste the same.
Oh, is
It's
it
not the
not?
same.
Okay.
No.
Well,
I mean, it's still good, but it's not the same.
no, no. Oh, lamb is good. I think my mum's had lamb today,
Yeah.
actually. I'm so sorry to make you
Oh,
jealous.
do you know what? I was almost like we could be friends.
I'm
I
so
don't know
sorry.
now. I'm not sure.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. For anybody who is still listening, thank you for being here, and until next time.